What the?
You are now listening to LauerRoadRadio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
LauerRoadRadio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
LauerRoadRadio.
Let's get it.
What?
It's
At
sealed.
Tanagra,
It's
when
a
the
sealed
walls
package.
fell. This is Dan coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason. What's the point of having jelly beans in the studio if you can't eat them?
It's decorative. Those are decorative jelly beans.
I just think it'd be fun if every week, you know,
We
the
ate
bag
one jelly
just-
bean.
Every week we ate one jelly bean. Yeah, I would like that, actually. There's a ton of flavors on
How many
here.
jelly beans are in there?
I think about 572.
Serving size 25
Uh-huh.
times 38 servings.
25 times
Harrison.
38. Harrison, go.
I thought you were good at math.
Hey, Siri. What is it?
25 times 38.
What is 25 times 38?
I found this on the web.
Oh my gosh.
I think because it heard both of us talking. Hey, Siri. Boy, this is captivating. What is 25 times 38? I got a
It's
splinter.
950.
950, Jason.
So there's about 1,000.
That's about 1,000
And if we ate one a week each,
each.
that'd be two. So that's 500,
500
episodes.
episodes. Mm-hmm.
50 a year, one a week. That's 10 years.
10 years.
We would
and
finish
we
this
can
bag
be
in 10
done
years.
with that bag in 10 years.
Do you think they'd go stale?
It was just sugar. I don't know. I mean, there is a best by date on it. So it is best before September 14th, 2022.
We got a year.
Yeah. So,
Listen, don't open it.
fine.
Listen, I might take it and eat the whole thing myself.
Okay, that's fine. What's going on today? How you doing?
Good. Did you do the opening? at
Yeah,
Tanagra?
I did the
Okay.
whole thing.
I was just too worried because you instantly were opening the jelly beans. It was bothering me. Okay, listen. You got a hot take coming right off the bat.
All right.
This has been bothering me for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And this is to a niche audience. So it might not apply to everybody. So the whole episode won't be this.
Okay.
So
good.
if you're like, I'm not into this topic,
yeah, then
you
just
move on.
forward 30 seconds, just like when you
Like
it's
2 or
a
3
commercial.
minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 5.
We'll just keep on forwarding 30 seconds, and if you hear us still talking about it,
Okay,
then
so
just-
here's the audience.
Uh-huh.
And you got to give me a minute on this. Okay, here's the audience.
Okay.
The audience is specifically to pastors, and we have a few that listen to the show.
A couple that we know of in particular.
A couple that we know of in particular.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are the good guys. I'm not blaming these guys.
Okay.
There's a group that I also am thinking of that don't listen to the show. I'm addressing it to them, but
Well,
because
you don't
they don't
know if they listen to the show or not.
Well, I don't think they do.
Okay.
But because they don't, I feel like I can address them without calling them out by name.
Okay.
I would. I just don't want to.
All right.
Have you heard the term life coach?
I've heard the term. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you what a life coach is.
I think there's like a whole Seinfeld episode of it. It's like a protege,
Well, I don't know. I don't know about
mentor protege relationship,
that.
right?
Maybe.
Okay.
Listen, get this camera on right here.
This camera right
This
there.
is very specific. A life coach, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Is a failed pastor
Oh,
who
well.
cares more about
Okay.
money
Oh.
than he does
Oh,
you.
So this is a specific person you probably follow on
A
Facebook.
couple different people.
Yeah.
And it's true because,
Uh-huh.
listen, let me tell you what a pastor is. A pastor
Please.
is a shepherd,
Okay.
and he's got sheep.
All right.
It's the role of the shepherd
All
to
right.
take care of the sheep
Okay.
across the board.
Okay.
Every aspect. It's not just spiritual.
Okay.
A shepherd actually takes care of the physical health of the sheep along with everything else. Make sure it's eating well. Make sure it's drinking, clean water and moving it and exercising it, the whole thing. These failed pastors
Okay.
who care more about money than people
All right.
go to these people to try to get them to pay them money to help them out in life. Stop. Just stop it.
Are you talking about Jason Westbrook?
No. I can't believe you even called him out by name. Listen,
I love Jason. I'm trying to.
he's one. Yeah, he's one of them. But I don't think he's
I
self-defined.
don't think he's a life coach.
I don't
though.
think he's a life coach.
No, I don't think so.
But I see this way too often, and specifically, it's about health. I see this all the time about health, but it's not just health; it's about life things. Like I'm going to help you out one-on-one, and you're going to pay me money every month to do it. Really? Okay. I wonder if Jesus did that with his disciples.
Well, I mean,
you
Jesus
guys are. I'm your life coach.
Do a lot
hey
of
guys,
things.
I'm your life coach. Y'all need to pay me every month.
I mean, that logic. Just because someone does it, I mean, if we all just did the things that Jesus did, then we'd all be carpenters, right? You'd be like, Jesus never made a cheeseburger.
The world would.
Oh, stop.
Be a better place.
So what you're just calling them out as failures and money hungry, and taking advantage of.
Well, here I would say
even less successful people than them.
Yeah, and if you would have done a better job at your job, then you would be a life coach because that's your job, and you failed.
Sure.
And listen, that's the whole point. Now you're a failure trying to capitalize on things that you failed about.
Right.
If you would have just taken care of the sheep from the beginning, you would never have failed in the first place. And now you want to do it on an individual basis.
It's like a coach that gets fired that then becomes a commentator. You're not good enough to be a coach.
No, I would say become like an individual. Okay, so like
a coach who gets fired and then goes to other coaches and says, "Hey, pay me
to teach
and
you
I'll
how
teach
to coach.
you how to coach."
Yeah, that's a better example. Because you can, it's just, man, it drives, it bugs me. So listen,
maybe you shouldn't be bothered so much by what other people do.
Well, I follow too many of them on Facebook, and I'm about ready to delete some.
Well,
so
I would highly suggest that.
So listen, if this topic interests you, then the ones I'm most curious about, like if you agree with this statement, just shoot me a text and say thank you for saying this.
Okay.
And there's a handful of people that should.
I'm 100% behind Jason.
Are you with me?
Yeah. And
you've had a life coach before.
I have. And what also...
Did you pay them money?
No.
Jesse?
Okay. Maybe.
But there was a time in your life where you would have very much liked to have been a life coach and got money for it.
I'll say this, though. There are people that need individual help.
Yeah.
And I'm not...
so are you against life coaches? What if I'm paying Jesse $100 a month to meet with me once a week for coffee for 30 minutes, and during that time he encourages me and gives me advice, and as a result 5-6 years from now I'm healthier, I'm more successful.
Okay,
right?
Okay, question. And you're paying Jesse $100 a month,
and I'm paying Jesse.
Okay. Is Jesse a current pastor?
I don't know.
Because if he is, you should never pay him money to do that. That's part of the gig.
Okay.
No, I'm serious.
What if I'm not
I know.
I'm dead serious on this. Now, if he's not, if he's just like, let's say he's a businessman.
So you're for that?
I'm okay with that. Okay. Now, as an individual, I would say, listen, you know what's better than a life coach? To be a part of a productive, healthy church.
Is it okay for a pastor to write a book and then get money off of the sales of that book?
100%.
I don't see that big of a difference between those two things.
Well, I think it's a massive difference.
Okay.
Because it's also like a one-off thing. Like, it's $20 for a book. But I will say, what peeves me even more, I mean, life coach, that's pretty bad. But like when current pastors get really involved in like being business leaders, and then they're so focused on like
I know. Listen,
leadership.
they've lost the point.
Yeah.
They've lost the plot.
Lost the plot,
They've
as
lost the plot.
Newsboys once said.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're
My
9 minutes
pastor's
in.
terrible.
And I know there's not a lot of good ones out there, so you just got to settle.
Listen, few and far between. When you find one, you hang with them, and then you pay them $100 a month to have coffee.
That's it. I've been paying a lot more.
Okay, listen, we can move on from that. It's been eating me from the inside, and just the idea.
If you're meeting your life coach and you're paying your life coach and you're meeting for coffee, does the life coach pay or does the person pay?
It doesn't matter. The person's paying. Whether he's paying, the life coach, you know what? Let me buy coffee this time.
That's
really
because
you're paying me $100 a month, and so it's coming out of your pocket one way or the other.
I see.
Now listen, time is valuable. And if you're buying someone's time, I get it.
Yeah.
We have a mutual, more your friend than mine.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah, he washes windows and does other jobs. Not this guy, but he got in a thing where he was charging people $1 a minute to do task, correct? Where it was washing windows or cleaning carpet or right?
Yeah.
We talk, so like his time is valuable. It's worth $1 a minute.
Yeah.
So if it's a 60-minute job, that's $60.
I forgot that you know him. How do you know him?
I met him.
Okay. All
Does
right.
he still do windows
Yeah.
around here?
No.
Okay, good.
Competition.
He's good though.
But
You better hope he never,
he's probably
never moves
better.
into town.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely better.
Well, at eating.
Hey.
Well.
Yeah.
Hey.
That too.
Hey. All right.
So time is valuable.
Okay.
And if you're like, listen, like if, for instance, let's say Steven Crowder. Let's say I lived in the same town as him. And I had an opportunity to say, Steven, I will pay you $100 a month to have coffee with you once a month for half an hour. I would probably do that. And say,
But you're
listen,
not okay with it if Steven Crowder moves here to plant a church. Then you're like, you should do it for free?
no, he shouldn't do it for free. If I'm a part of his church and he's the pastor, I think that goes with the duties
Okay.
of meeting with people and helping people.
Would you go to Steven Crowder's church?
100%.
What if he was like, I don't even believe
In what? Bigfoot?
anything?
Steven Crowder's a Christian.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. I would go to
Fine.
his church.
That's fine.
He's Catholic?
I don't know. He's might be Mormon.
Is he?
He's part of the Blaze Network, so
I don't know.
could be Mormon. Okay, listen.
All right.
Move on. 10
Okay,
minutes. We're 10
yeah.
minutes into the show.
Yeah.
I know
That's
that was
fine.
very niche, but it's been bugging me.
I don't know that I share the same frustration, but then again, I don't look at anything on Facebook. So
Yeah.
maybe if I had been,
I'll give you some more examples off air.
All right, I just got a list of things that I keep because I got a watch that I take notes on, and I just or randomly while I'm driving or something, I
Yeah.
put things on. So,
Do you feel like James Bond when you do that? Like,
yeah.
yeah.
So what do we got? Let's see. Seltzer water, dog food, pads, carrots. No, that's a grocery list. I should have. Your wife ever send you to the store for feminine product?
Never.
Never.
Not one time.
Not one time.
Not once.
She was just never once.
Never once.
What if she did? What if she?
I'd go do it.
You would.
I would say just send me a picture of exactly what you
That's
want.
actually the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send me a picture.
So like go to Walmart.com, whatever. Grab a screenshot of the product
This
that
is
you
the
want.
thing I want.
I will get you exactly what that is.
I've done this before. Erica was super sick, and she just couldn't get out of the house. And I don't know if she's okay with talking about this,
No,
but
she never
every
watches,
woman
so, yeah.
needs this sort of thing. So this is not like, I'm not talking about like diapers or something. I would never talk about.
You would never buy your wife diapers.
I would not. And I
Have
just
you ever
feel
worn a diaper as an adult?
no, I don't think so.
I haven't either. I've considered
There have
it.
been some times where I wished I would have had one on. I can tell you that.
There's this guy who does officiating for. Listen, the ice thing has got to stop. It's bothering me.
Is it in the mic?
Yes, it's
Everything's
very
in the
loud.
mic.
Way back here.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, listeners.
Jeez. I mean, I thought maybe once or twice,
Just
like,
twice-
it's,
okay,
he's going to be done
he's
with
going to
it.
get it out of his system.
Like, no. Stop. You're a life coach, aren't you?
He needs
Indeed.
a life coach.
What was it? Oh, diapers. There's
yeah.
a guy who does announcing for like the Masters,
Mm-hmm.
and he from start to end announces
Jim Nantz.
No, as they go through the entire thing, like he's on the course doing it, and he never leaves his station.
Yeah.
and he's on the microphone, announces every.
Oh,
player.
yeah. I
Doesn't
know.
leave for like 14 to 16 hours.
Next up from
Bagger Vance,
okay, sure.
whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't leave. I guarantee you, he's wearing a diaper.
Yeah, probably.
Right? Mm-hmm. He would have to. Because, like, in the 50 years that he's done this job, he's super old. He's never left that spot.
I was at the grocery store the other day. I was walking through the, pharmacy section, and the people on the cover of the adult diaper, they don't wear them. They're like very young, like fit, people that are like, I'm just, that person doesn't wear a diaper. You know what I'm saying? Like the diaper model.
It doesn't match the need.
No.
Well, you don't know. I mean, maybe they.
Do you think people are like looking at, okay, which kind do I want? Well, that's a really good-looking person wearing a diaper there. Maybe I could be that good-looking if I wore this kind of diaper.
I have worn a diaper one time.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Halloween thing.
Oh,
this was 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I shaved my beard.
Mm-hmm.
I had like a white top, T-shirt and a diaper.
Yeah.
I had a bottle.
Okay.
And
that's disturbing.
Yeah, it was like a XX large diaper.
Sure.
Adult.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
I did not utilize it to its fullest potential.
That's a shame.
Not its.
You missed your opportunity.
Not its fullest potential.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I forgot about that. I did wear a diaper.
Well, I will say the people on the ad. So
they don't match.
No, not even close. Yeah. They should find the kind of person.
As a good
Joe Biden.
Does he wear diapers?
Yeah, he
needs
has
to.
to.
Yeah.
He's messing himself all the time.
Okay.
So, here's a fun prank. I did this to a boss.
It's fun to prank your boss.
It is fun to prank your boss.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those adult diaper companies, I don't know which one off the top of my head. If you just Google search it, you'll find it. They will give you a free sample. And so you call or send an email as that person with their address, and they will send a diaper in the mail with their name on it.
That's fun.
It's a lot of fun. I've done that. I've also done the hair club for men.
Yeah.
You can send a sample or a packet to somebody who needs it, and that's fun too.
Okay.
So, listen, a good prank is a good time.
A good prank is a good time. A good prank is a good time.
Now, listen, a bad prank
is a bad time.
Is a bad time for both you and them.
Yes.
Okay? We need to realize what's a good prank and what's bad. Honestly, personal injury is a line that you should not cross.
Got it.
Someone should not get hurt in the process of being
injured.
pranked.
What's the difference between hurt and injured?
Injured, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Being hurt a little bit.
Right.
That could be very funny.
Like a shock. Like if you can find a way to shock someone lightly.
Yes. Yeah. Like stick your tongue in this 9-volt battery.
Yeah. Oh, that's
for
nothing.
a kid. That's pretty fun though.
Yeah.
We should try to do it this Saturday.
Okay.
Do you still have that game with the?
We might still have that.
You need to pull that out.
That
Saturday.
game's fun.
That is fun. So, also injury or personal property damage. You don't mess with that.
Yeah.
But anything outside of that, it's a good time. Embarrassment. The more embarrassing, the better. That includes a good prank.
I don't think about pranking a lot. I don't have a lot of like, oh, we should like. It just is not something that maybe I wish I did more, but it's just not always. It's not been a go-to for me.
Yeah.
You're much more inclined to prank.
I like throwing a grenade.
Yeah.
And just waiting. And sometimes a good prank might last for 3 or 4 months before it becomes exposed. And those are the best. Because especially if there's 2 or 3 people in on it, because it's an ongoing joke for a long time. And it's fun. It's just good old fun. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody's injured. No personal damage, property damage. Just someone's ego. Most people's ego needs to come down a little bit.
Generally.
Yeah. I used to like to sign like my friends up, like their phone numbers or emails for like the random text of the day, it's good if you can find one that like they don't like or something that's like ridiculous, and sign them up and just wait until they.
I need to apologize to Foster. I signed him up on a bunch of email things a while back. I mean, like 20 years ago. I feel bad about it.
He's probably not using that same Yahoo account or whatever it was. It was 20 years ago.
I hope not.
All right. Well, Jason, we could do the Netflix suggestion of the week and see where we go. Because I have
more things.
I'm kind of excited about my Netflix suggestion.
Okay.
Because you don't have one.
I wasn't thinking that. Usually we don't do it this early.
Well, we'll just see. watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Or maybe Amazon Prime or something like that, like YouTube. Or we don't want to put a box around what you watch, so you never know. Jason, what is your Netflix suggestion of the week?
I recently just started watching from the very, very beginning.
At the very, very beginning.
Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine.
Yes.
Quark. Odo.
Miles O'Brien. Cisco. Which he's, I think, Commander Cisco. He's not captain because it's not a starship. It's a base.
Worf is in that.
Later on. He doesn't initially start off. Dax. Yeah. Among some other. Kira.
I just could never fully get into Deep Space Nine.
It's not great. I'm on episode 12 or 13.
The whole thing about Star Trek is they're exploring the galaxy and they're just going all of these places.
So
third star to the right and straight on till morning. And this is just like, we're just going to sit here.
Well, although there's a wormhole. So
I understand.
Which goes to a different part of the galaxy.
I get it.
It says 67 years to get to.
I get it.
And so they discover the one I watched last night. They went through, landed on a planet. It was like a prison planet.
Yeah.
And the idea was when they died, there was this like microorganism, mechanical thing that kept them alive. Like it was in their blood.
Like a perpetual prison.
It was a perpetual. They could never die. And there's two factions of people just always killing each other for all of eternity.
But
not dying. And they can't leave the planet or they die because the planet is what keeps them alive.
Wow.
It was a pretty intense.
It is intense.
So they had to learn how to
get along.
I'm
a big fan of a prison planet. I think a prison planet is a wonderful idea.
I think we should have more prison planets.
Well, Australia was a prison planet originally.
Yeah. I think Australia is a great candidate as a prison planet.
You think
spiders and snakes and all sorts of dangerous, poisonous things? Yeah. And the weather's not great. For a large part, it's a desert.
Yeah, it's very hot.
Very hot. Dry. Yeah. I do think that we should go back to the prison planet. Island.
Yeah, sure.
Prison, whatever.
Put everybody.
Penal colony.
Careful. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And I think that
survival of the fittest at that point.
Yes, either do that or they should be more productive in society. If they're around, they should be.
Well, that's your choice. You're a productive member of society, and if you screw up, we'll draw a line. If you, I mean,
wasn't there a movie with Kurt Russell where like New York City,
Escape L.A. or
L.A. Was a whole prison system or something.
Yeah, I think New York was like walled off, and he had Escape New York.
Yeah,
it's not a great movie.
It's a whole thing.
I've tried to go back and watch it.
Yeah,
not great.
Okay.
From the 80s.
I have a couple Netflix suggestions. The first one is just this is the week of Thanksgiving, and if it happens to be that for you and you're watching and or listening, there's a PBS documentary by Rick Burns. That's Ken Burns' brother.
Yeah.
Okay, so
the lesser of the two.
Yeah, you would probably like his documentaries a lot. He did one on the Pilgrims. It's just called The Pilgrims.
Yeah,
and it's educational. It's entertaining. I like it a lot.
Are they liberals? They're left-winging.
It doesn't honestly to me, it doesn't feel like it has an agenda. It really doesn't.
A lot of those Burns documentaries, they lean one way.
They can. And Ken Burns is a little bit more liberal, but of that whole liberal spectrum, I don't think he's like crazy left like some of the others.
Yeah.
I think he's a little bit more even-handed. If all liberals were like Ken Burns, the world would be a better place.
I'm okay with that.
So that's just my Thanksgiving suggestion. You should watch The Pilgrims.
My Thanksgiving suggestion, since you asked, is find the WKRP Thanksgiving episode.
What is WKRP on?
And since WKRP,
well, I know what the show is, but
it's on YouTube. You can find it. It's old. There's a Thanksgiving episode where, as a production, as a promotion, they decide to drop turkeys from a helicopter. Live turkeys. they drop turkeys and they're talking about it, and the guy's commentating, and they're hitting they're smashing against the ground, they're exploding, and people are running everywhere. And they end the episode, and he goes, "As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly."
Yeah.
He was tossing turkeys out of a plane,
Yeah.
thought they would like flap down to the ground.
I feel like they would, though, don't you? I don't think they would just hit. Like, I know turkeys don't like fly, but they do have the wings. I feel like they could at least
Coast?
navigate their way down.
I don't know. It's a very, very funny segment. It's the most iconic Thanksgiving TV moment.
Friend of the show, Brett, he's got 2 daughters, and they're at that phase where you're teaching the animal sounds. No, what does a cat say? What does and he's getting them. What does a turkey say? And his wife's teaching them to say gobble gobble. But he's getting them to the point when he says, "What did a turkey say?" And then they go, which is fun. So. If we're going to stay on the Thanksgiving things, the thing that you actually must watch on Thanksgiving is the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special.
Yeah.
The 2 one. First one, the one when they have, "Hey Chuck, what are you going to do for Thanksgiving this year?" And then they have the impromptu Thanksgiving kid dinner where they serve toast and popcorn, and they put Franklin by himself on one side of the table.
That's
have you ever noticed that?
No.
So, and I'm not joking, watch the Thanksgiving Peanut special. There's one black kid, which is progressive for Peanuts at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like, that was super progressive. What in the world is happening? So, that was...
Jesse!
Just to have a black kid, it was a big deal. It was in segregation, right?
Yeah.
But, and I'm kidding you not, the Thanksgiving special, they have all of the white kids on one side of the table, and Franklin is by himself.
That's not right.
And he is on a broken chair, too.
Yeah.
He's in a broken chair by himself on the other side of the table.
That's messed up.
It is messed up. And it's not
Who thought,
like...
honestly,
someone did it on purpose because it's an animation.
Who's this?
It's not like they just said, "Hey, let's just film this real quick. Hey, you kids go sit at the table," and Franklin just happened to sit away.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody frame by frame drew that in. So we're gonna put
listen,
Franklin by himself.
In real life, the one kid that's sitting by himself off in the corner of a broken chair, do you know who it is? It's Pigpen.
Yeah.
It's the guy
In
surrounded
reality,
by,
it would be Pigpen.
by gross, smelly stuff.
Yeah.
So much to the point where you can see the gross off of him. Yeah.
Well, anyway, there's that one, and then you should also watch
the Pilgrim version.
The Pilgrim version.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is excellent.
Yeah.
Very good. It's everything I learned about pilgrims I learned from Charlie Brown.
Going back to the animal sounds, do you want to hear like a joke that's on the line of being appropriate or not?
Well, Jesse's here, so...
Do you know what the sound of a gay snake?
What?
Do you know what a gay horse eats?
Hey! All right. That's a good joke. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry. I couldn't not.
The horse one's
It was
better.
appropriate.
So those are good Thanksgiving suggestions. But what I actually watched this week is a documentary on Hulu suggested.
Is this your third suggestion?
It might be my fourth.
Yeah.
Rick Burns.
Peanuts.
The Peanuts 1 and 2.
Okay.
And
What's your
then this
fourth
is number
suggestion?
4. This is
Yeah.
my actual suggestion. It's a
Okay.
documentary suggested to me by a friend of the show, Bob Pugh, who's really giving me good documentaries.
Farmer Bob.
Farmer Bob's giving me good documentary
in hot.
suggestions
Yeah.
lately. It's called Donut King. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's about this guy, Cambodian immigrant to America during Civil War unrest in Cambodia, China areas, came over to America with his wife and kids, and originally they were in a refugee camp of Cambodians, and then you would get a sponsor in the refugee camp, and they got sponsored, his family, and so he got a couple jobs, and he got a job at Winchell's Donuts in California, and learned how to make donuts, and then got enough money to open up his own donut shop. And that opened up a floodgate of him opening up more and more donut shops and teaching Cambodian refugees how to make donuts so that they could open up their own donut shops. And it takes a couple of twists and turns that you don't see coming. You feel like watching the documentary, you're like, okay, I know what's going to happen here. I know you don't know how it's. There's a time when
Turns
you're
out
like,
it's a pyramid scheme.
I was just thinking that. Like, so
They get other people to
you
make
know what?
donuts.
Honestly, I don't want to give it away. Like, it's this
Oh
is a
my
good
God.
documentary. It's
Okay.
a good
Donut
documentary.
King.
It's called Donut King.
Hulu.
It's if you have access to Stella's Hulu login information like I do, then you can watch it.
She's back, by the way. She almost came to the episode today.
Why didn't she come?
She was sleeping.
Oh well.
I mean, when you're a college student and you come home, you sleep.
Sure.
That's what she does. That's what she did before college.
Yeah. It's like Jenny on Forrest Gump. She must have slept for days and days. I didn't know when she was ever going to wake up. So it's called Donut King, and it's very good.
Okay.
And not I've not been eating as bad as I have for my entire life. That's for sure.
You're eating slightly better than you used to.
Yeah, but I'm also not eating quite as well as I was all year. I've been in a bit of a downtick where I've been making some mistakes lately. Although,
Same.
generally,
Sounds like you guys need a life coach.
I do actually.
Listen, I can help you out.
Yeah, I bet you can. So generally, I've been doing very well. But I'm telling you, watching this, if I had access to donuts while I was, it was a good thing. If I had woken up on Saturday morning, I would have paused, driven to Andrew's, and bought some donuts and just eaten donuts while I was watching this documentary.
Donuts might be my favorite thing to eat.
Donuts are amazing, and this documentary just made me want to eat donuts so bad.
Yeah,
man, I wanted donuts. So I'm a big fan of donuts. What's the Mount Rushmore of donuts? It's the regular glazed donut, the regular
vanilla cream,
like
Boston
cream filled.
I was gonna say Boston cream too. Well, you got jelly,
and these are not. And these are not. Once again, set the rules for a Mount Rushmore. These are not my favorite donuts.
Iconic.
My favorite donut is a sour cream glazed donut. That's my personal
fantastic.
favorite. But I don't think that belongs on the Mount Rushmore. I think
me?
Are we talking
for me?
Yeah.
I like an apple fritter.
An apple fritter?
An apple fritter. An apple fritter with a black coffee?
Is an apple fritter with a black coffee. An apple fritter, is that technically a donut or is it a fritter?
Well,
it's a fritter.
I'm not. I don't know the difference.
I mean, it's not. It's a.
It's in the donut case.
You can find it in donut shops.
You go to a donut shop and you open up the case.
Andrew's apple fritter. I would.
Oh, I've not had Andrew's
it's
apple fritter.
Excellent.
It's got real
very
apple
good.
in it, doesn't it?
Are you talking real apple? It's really good. It's very good.
I'm a big apple fritter fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, Boston cream, I think, is super iconic. I think vanilla cream.
It is.
Jelly donut? A jelly donut.
A jelly donut belongs on the list.
Yeah.
So I'd say regular donut, glazed donut.
Yeah.
Jelly donut.
Yeah.
Cream filled donut. And I'm going to say sprinkled. Like sprinkles.
Yeah. Nuts.
I don't know. Above Boston, I would replace cream filled with Boston cream.
Well, what if we...
We're going to have to pause this.
All the inappropriate things that Jesse has ever said. And there have been plenty.
Yeah.
That was by
the most
far
ridiculous
the worst
thing I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, sprinkles probably.
Yeah, man, I love it. I could eat it. I mean, I just love a donut. I love a donut so much.
Yeah.
All right,
big fan. I went to Dunkin Donuts the other day.
Well, that place is okay.
In Marion,
Mm-hmm.
it's the worst.
It is really bad.
I wanted it to be.
It is
good.
poorly. I wanted it to be good too. And the brand Dunkin is very good.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I have a.
I'm mid through a story, and you.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
It's actually, this is not going to land. This is, if you'd seen Dune, it was going to land.
No, I've never seen Dune.
There's a character in Dune. His name's Duncan Idaho, which is a funny name for like a future space person.
Yeah.
You know, like someone in space in the future. His name is Duncan Idaho, and so I feel like there should be a potato donut at Dunkin'. Called the Dunkin Idaho.
Yeah, no.
And I just feel like
it's
marketing.
a hilarious joke if you are familiar with Dune.
Hilarious might be an overstatement. But anyway, you went to Dunkin' and you're so mad. You're just angry. Mm-hmm.
I go through the drive-thru because I'm going to buy some donuts.
As you do.
As you do. As I do.
Yeah.
And
by the way, let's just stop you right there. You're going to Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
The name of the store. I don't know where the store's going to go.
Nope.
I have no idea.
It's no longer Donut. It's just Dunkin'.
It's just
now.
Dunkin'.
Really?
They changed it. Yep, they rebranded it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what else do you dunk?
Well, that might be part of the issue.
Fritters.
Oh, wait a minute. Stop. Mount
Yeah.
Rushmore of things you dunk. Basketball,
Oreos.
donuts,
Oreos.
Young children.
chips.
Chip dip.
Chips.
Well, you dip chips. You don't dunk chips.
Oh. What's the difference between a dunk and a dip?
Wait. What are we talking about?
The Mount Rushmore of things you dunk.
You dip a chip.
You do dip
You
a
don't
chip.
dunk
What's
it.
the difference between a dunk is this and a dip
dunk
is
you
this?
saturate. A dip
There's
you
a
scoop.
scooping element.
Yeah. Okay. So,
I feel like when a queso at a Mexican restaurant is very liquidy, that you are dunking your chip because you can't really dip it because you can't really
although
get anything.
sometimes
You
there's
don't
a
just-
salsa dip.
Yeah, that's
it might
true.
not just be sour cream.
When it's
Okay.
that thin, you don't just drink it straight from the bowl.
Yeah, I know.
I mean-
I want to.
Yeah.
It's
That's
amazing.
That's a
That's a
dip.
drink. That's a thing. So dunking basketballs, Oreos, donuts.
yes. Cookie. Well, Oreo would be a cookie.
I mean, but a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah.
You know, you do dunk a chocolate chip cookie,
which is different than Oreo.
Do you dunk anything else? I don't think you dunk anything else.
Like if you're in the pool, you can dunk people in the pool.
Oh, that's true. Dunking someone in the pool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
So let's just make cookie
Okay. All right.
like Oreo.
So
chocolate chip,
person,
whatever. Yes.
cookie, basketball, donut.
Yeah, that's it.
Pretty good.
Have you seen the video of the Catholic priest that's baptizing this baby?
Oh, yeah.
And he just
Oh.
dunks him in the little baptismal pool like
No.
2 or 3 times. It's
I haven't seen that.
hilarious.
I have
Look it
seen the
up.
Catholic priest that's baptizing with a water gun
Yeah.
during
Haven't seen
COVID.
that
That's
either.
pretty funny.
Yeah, that's so
Straight up, like
stupid.
dressed up like a full cardinal.
Yeah.
Like all the regalia, and
With
he's
the
got
super
like
soaker.
a plastic water gun
Is it-
just squirting people as they're driving by. It's the weirdest. It's like
Is it
I'm
holy
li-
water in the squirt gun?
It's like a parallel universe situation. It's so
He's
it's,
just doing drive-by
it is.
conversion.
It either drive by
Okay,
baptisms with the squirt gun, and it is holy water. I would assume.
If you have kids in the car, maybe plug their ears for a second.
Oh, boy.
A fun prank to do as a kid is pee in a squirt gun
Okay.
and then squirt people.
That's a fun prank.
But
That's
if you're-
another prank.
Yeah.
So you're at Dunkin', and we've
But
established
kids,
it's not
don't do
Dunkin'.
that.
It's not Dunkin' Donuts, but there's a.
Oh, yeah.
But let's face it, you go to Dunkin'.
It's Dunkin' Donuts.
You're going to get.
I'm going to Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm not going to get your croissant witch.
No. Have I got the croissant witch? Yeah, I've gotten the croissant.
Have I gotten food poisoning from that croissant witch? Yeah, I have. That's happened to me.
Had you had the Black Forest sandwich? Black Forest. It's aight. Anyways, I go to Dunkin' Donuts.
I like a Black Forest cake, though.
Oh, are you caught up on Great British?
Yes, I am.
Jurgen gone.
Jurgen. I no longer. There were 3 handshakes, and I never got one.
That's messed up.
It's criminal.
Listen, body of work.
Here's what happened. Jurgen set the bar so high for
Yes.
himself.
He was Star
that
Baker
no
like
one
6
could clear
times. I know.
In the episode that he got kicked off,
Yeah.
Prue said that she would have given him a handshake. So ostensibly,
Yes.
he got a handshake.
Yes.
He won the technical challenge. And they loved his flavors.
Yes.
The only thing they didn't like was that his thing was like a little pale green. They just weren't crazy about that.
The decorative.
His flavors were better.
The bridge was decent.
And by the way, can I say I like Giuseppe. I don't really have a problem with Giuseppe.
Yeah.
But anybody could do what you did with Rice Krispies. That takes no skill at all.
Listen.
Jurgen built something out of a biscuit. Have you ever tried to build something out of a biscuit? Yeah, I have. It's not easy.
It's not easy. It's called a gingerbread house. And it's more difficult. Even the kit.
Yes.
It's more difficult than you think.
Absolutely.
It slides.
It's not easy.
Yeah. Listen, it should have been Giuseppe, Jurgen, and then it's a toss-up between Chigs and Cristal.
I think Christelle probably should
I
have
like
gone
her
home.
better. But
But either way, Jurgen belongs.
yes.
It is criminal that Jurgen
Listen,
was kicked
the
off.
top 2 should have been Giuseppe and Jurgen. Period.
I get it.
Now listen, they've done this one other time. They bring 4 of them to the finals.
They would have done that. They would have told you that.
No, they could do it this next episode.
Well, they should.
They should.
They definitely
100%
should.
they should.
I'm rooting for Chigs now.
Oh, I don't want Chigs. I don't like Chigs. His eyes are weird. They're like always like crossed. Like, who are you looking at?
All right.
I go through the drive-thru at Dunkin'.
As you do.
I'm going to buy a dozen donuts because I'm going to take them home. I'm going to have 3 or 4. I'm taking the rest home to the kids.
It's a great dad moment. Walk into the house with a dozen donuts.
It's the best. And then you open the box and half of them are gone.
Hey, what happened?
I got hungry. Traffic was crazy. We live a mile from Dunkin'. I know. That's what made it crazy.
It was nuts.
I pull up to the window, and immediately they said, this is how they respond. Usually they say, welcome to Dunkin'. How may I take your order?
How many donuts can I give you?
Yeah, they said, all they said was not even welcome or anything. They said, we don't have any donuts and all we can take is cash. They let off with that. I said, nope. That's all I said. I said, nope.
Yeah.
I drove off. I was so angry.
Yeah.
So then I go back to Tim Hortons, and the Tim Hortons line is wrapped around to the road.
Yeah, it is.
You cannot get into the drive-thru at Tim's. So I just went home without donuts.
Go into Mount Gilead. There's Dunkin' there.
I'm almost done with Dunkin' for real.
I've been done with Dunkin' for months. I don't even remember the last time I went there.
Listen,
because I've had so many bad
because
experiences.
the truth is, Marion could use a decent Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. And I've always been able to overlook the fact that their windows are really dirty. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Do you wash those windows?
Yes.
Oh.
Every week. Yep. Listen, I will say.
Listen, is it franchised? Is it a local owner?
No, it's not local. So whoever owns it owns the one in Mount Gilead. They also own Taco Bell.
So it is
it's
franchised.
Yeah, but it's not local.
It's like a network.
It's not like a guy that lives in Marion owns it.
Yeah.
Listen, we need to contact the owner and say,
listen, I have the district manager's phone number in my phone right now.
Humble brag.
okay,
Humble brag.
we should call him on the show.
Oh.
Listen, here's
No,
the
I
thing.
still service them.
Okay. Listen, got your number from a guy named Jesse. I don't know who it is, but he said something about Windows. It's kind of weird. We need to get this Dunkin' lined up. Listen,
Dunkin' is a good product. It's good coffee. It's a good donut.
Yes.
It's not the best donut.
No,
it's not the best coffee. But Dunkin' running like it should is a 7 out of 10 every time.
Yes. Honestly, they need to get rid of the hot food and all the other crap, too. Just make it Dunkin'.
Good donuts.
Yes.
Fresh coffee.
Yes.
That's all I need.
That's all I need. And you don't need to be open 24 hours or whatever. I don't even know what they're open.
I don't know.
From 5 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. That's all. That's it. You don't need to be open crazy hours.
Yeah, it's a train wreck over there.
It is a train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
It really hacks me off.
As someone who services that business, like every time we go in there, it's like a bunch of teenagers running around. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I won't.
Floors
get
are
food
always
from there.
sticky.
And I did get food poisoning from that.
Okay,
place.
so next topic.
Yeah.
Do you have something,
Can I
Jesse?
ask a question?
You can ask a question.
How many? All right, so at Sam's Club or Costco,
All right.
how many free samples is appropriate to take of one item
While you're there?
while you're there? Yes,
One per person.
Per individual visit to the table or like around the block and come back?
around the block and come back.
One.
Yeah.
One.
I'd
You
say-
can't come back. No, you don't
no?
come back.
Can't come back at
It's
all.
a sample.
No, I think you can. I think you make them cut you off, like a drunk guy at a bar. The bartender has to say,
And you want to be
"We've
that
served-"
guy.
Yes. Yeah. That
No,
sounds at Sam's
it's
Club
one.
today.
It's one per visit per person. I'll get 2, but I'm always like, my wife's over there. I'm getting one for her.
But
you
then-
know, and they're like, "Sir, she's kissing another man." I'm like, well,
Well, I'm gonna need 3 then.
They had. Listen, I was at Sam's Club today.
Yeah.
They had these pumpkin spice donut cake things.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing: they cut it in half. It's a donut hole basically, and they cut it in half.
That's not right.
I
it's a
had it.
sample. You're not paying for it.
But it's a tiny little donut.
You're a
hole.
member.
It's a
Yeah,
sample.
I
paying
paid
for
the
it.
membership.
It's a sample. The whole point is
one. It was delicious.
so it did its job. So now you want to buy them.
It's like the Twix. I've had the left. I need to try the right.
right? Just as good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 2 and contemplated 3, and I was like, nah.
And they kept on giving.
Oh, the
it to
guy
you.
was ancient. He probably didn't even recognize. I mean, I'm in a bright orange shirt, and he was probably like, "Oh, it's the first time I've seen that guy today."
Okay.
Yeah, I could have went back and taken 7.
I
It would've been
would
fun.
never do that.
If it was really good,
Yeah.
I'd hit it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
If it was really good, you buy it because that's
No,
the point
because I'm
of the
eating
sample.
keto, Dan.
Are you? But are you?
That sounds like you need a life
Anything
coach.
that I eat while I'm in there,
Yeah.
it doesn't break my keto because I'm shopping.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's sampling.
Sure.
You're not really eating it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of food, Teddy has really been into Doritos lately, and specifically the Cool Ranch. He's sitting on the couch yesterday eating the Doritos, and he's a sloppy eater. And he offered me some Doritos. And I had a flashback from when we were kids. When we were kids, you enjoyed Doritos.
Sure.
Maybe you still do. I don't know.
I don't remember the last time I ate a Dorito.
Okay. Well, Teddy likes the Cool Ranch, which is fine. I prefer the Cool Ranch. But back in the day, we just had the regular old Doritos. And I was probably 6, and you might have been 4. Mom went to go get the Doritos. They were open, half eaten or whatever. And she starts to eat them. And all of the seasoning had been licked off by you. You licked the Doritos and put them back in the bag. Do you remember doing this?
I don't remember it.
It's totally
I remember
something-
it being
yeah.
told.
Yeah. And I think that's fantastic. And I started thinking, I don't want to tell that story to Teddy. Teddy's 9. He's way older than what you were at the time. But I think Teddy would do that.
Oh, really?
I think he would. I think he would do it to be funny. Licking the seasoning
It's a
off
fun
the Doritos.
prank.
And then you eat a soggy, bland Dorito. That would be awful.
My son Maddox does that with anything with like icing or frosting or anything. He'll
Licks
just
it off and puts it back?
Licks it off, puts it back. Yeah. Yeah, it's like
He might grow up to be like Dan someday.
oh.
All right.
What else?
So what's your
I've got. Well, that was my second thing. My first thing was life coach.
that your son
Second
licks
thing,
Doritos?
You licked a Dorito when we were little.
Can neither confirm nor deny it.
I've got one more thing, and this thing is decent. I saved it for last. I mean, I don't know what you got.
Well, I've got the fact that
I mean, it is Thanksgiving week, so
do
I
you
don't-
have a Thanksgiving thing?
no. I'm just saying you have an opportunity
We could
right
do
now.
Mount Rushmore of Thanksgiving things.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Turkey, football,
Yeah.
family,
Uh-huh.
pumpkin pie.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right. Mount
They-
Rushmore of Thanksgiving proclamations. There's George Washington's. There was Abraham Lincoln's.
Uh-huh.
Those are the 2 big ones.
Yeah.
And then
I feel like John Smith probably had something.
John Smith was before the Pilgrims.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Are you sure?
Yes.
With Pocahontas?
You talking Pocahontas?
I think the Pilgrims are before John Smith.
Okay. You know they didn't discover America, right? There were like
Who,
other
John
people.
Smith?
The Pilgrims.
They landed on Plymouth Rock.
Yeah.
You know who discovered Columbus?
Ohio?
Before Columbus.
Who discovered Columbus?
Who discovered America before Columbus? Sorry.
The Vikings.
No, there was already people here.
Yeah, but they didn't discover it. They were just
Yes, they
born
did.
here.
No, they
They're
weren't
like,
born
this
here.
This is just it.
This is my life
is it.
now.
Mhm.
No, they all migrated there from somewhere else.
Yeah,
you can't
but
discover land that already
There's
has
a
people
difference
on it.
between migrating and discovering, right? Discovering is,
You don't think the Vikings migrated? Of course
no,
they
they were
migrated.
out discovering.
They were not discovering.
Oh,
they were
discovering.
migrating.
They were definitely
They had
discovering.
plundered all of Europe.
Mount
There was no more to
Rushmore
plunder.
of discoverers. Ponce de Leon,
Are we explorers or discoverers?
explorers. Have we done this one before?
I feel like we have, but we'll do it again.
Ponce de Leon, Magellan,
Yeah.
Marco Polo, Christopher Columbus.
That's it.
All great
Magellan?
names too. Those are good.
Ponce de Leon. Did you
Ponce
say that?
de Leon. Yeah, it's Marco Polo,
Yeah.
Ponce de Leon,
Yeah.
Magellan,
Uh-huh.
Christopher
Yeah,
Columbus.
that's it right there. Ponce de Leon.
Now, there is
fountain
Hernando
of youth.
Cortes. I mean, he's kind of a big one.
Super iconic.
But
Horrible person.
Cortez?
Yeah.
Yeah, but who knows? If you were in that same situation, what'd you do?
Not what Cortez did.
You just
I don't
don't
even
know.
know what he did, but I'd probably do it.
It was really bad.
Really bad?
Yeah.
I'd still probably do it.
Magellan around the world.
Listen,
You can't
Right?
beat around the world. I don't think
Ponce-
he did it on purpose. I think all of a sudden he was like, I think we've been here before, guys.
Wait a
and like, are we
second.
going in circles?
Yeah. And then Ponce de Leon, Fountain of Youth.
Right?
Right?
Magellan had a guy on the boat that every time they get to like a new place, he'd be like, "Where are we?" And then he would always like put his head up. He's like, "When are we?" And like, what? Are you a time traveler? And it was a weird thing.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things. When are we? Such a stupid line. That's like in so many movies.
No, I've never heard that once.
You've never heard that in a movie?
No.
Nah,
you,
that's
Jesse?
a common movie line.
No, I've never heard that ever.
Time traveler movie.
No.
It's always like,
What do you- like-
they always, where are we?
Are you talking Bill and Ted's
When are we?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures? Is that
Maybe.
what you're quoting?
I don't know.
Because I've never seen that in one movie.
I feel like
You know,
that's
I feel like an episode of Family Guy, Stewie.
He doesn't watch Family Guy. Do you
don't.
watch Family? No.
I don't.
Oh no, he doesn't. Definitely
No.
doesn't watch Family Guy.
The Star Wars Family Guys are fantastic. Blue Harvest
I have seen that.
was pretty great.
I love that scene when the guy's like got the radar thing and he's like, Danny's going pew pew pew. That's pretty great.
That's a good time right there. Well, listen, I don't have time for my last thing.
I was going to talk about the fact that I feel a little bad because at my Jesse, you're not going to understand. So I live in a loft apartment.
Yeah.
But
Downtown loft.
downtown loft. We have an elevator. Whatever, no big deal.
Yeah.
But when we have groceries, we pull up right next to the door,
Yeah.
and we unload the groceries in the elevator, and then I drive the car around in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Then they take the food up, and I always spend, and I feel guilty
A
about
little
this.
extra time.
Just a little extra time,
yeah.
because I want them to get all the groceries inside, so that
Yes.
I walk into the house, all the groceries are taken inside.
Yeah,
So
I like
I
that.
really stroll nice and slow, and just kind of take my time.
Oh, did I lock the van?
Oh,
let me go back and
shucks.
check.
You get
Let me
almost
go.
to the to your door. Oh, I have to go all the way back down.
Yeah,
Darn.
I kind of open the door and I kind of listen upstairs. Are they still? They got it. And I feel bad about that,
I wouldn't.
but I do that.
yeah.
I feel like anybody would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also the price for me. It's a transaction. I'm the one that's I'm the one pulling car around, walking
Yeah.
out. The least you could do is carry in the 50-pound bag of dog food. Michaela.
I'll carry it in. I don't put it away. I'll carry it in, and then I make a sandwich and go straight to the bathroom.
Yeah, well, that's you.
You need a cart
Oh, that is a good idea. Like a hotel cart thing
or a shopping cart.
a shopping cart.
Just go to Kroger, get a shopping cart, leave it in the elevator.
Oh, there's a homeless shelter right down the road from him. There's plenty of shopping carts
Yeah.
out there.
I would get a shopping cart for real.
Yeah.
I was taking my dog for a walk at like 1 a.m. last night, and a guy walked past me, and I was freaked out for a second because I was like, "You should not be walking this late." And he was
You
like a
were walking.
normal guy.
You were walking.
Yeah, I know. I didn't feel good about it. All right, this is Dan signing off for Jason, and we want to say Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
because it's one of my favorite holidays. Reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, boo boo, sit. Good dog.
I have spoken.
One time?
No.
No.